Ringing up Graeme Kenna. He's not at work, and I didn't leave a message yesterday.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is the 28th of September 2024, and as you know, I've been leaving you messages from the start of October 2023, and it's regarding my kidnapped brother on the 8th of August 2023. And here we are, years later, and nothing's changed, has it? You've not given me a clear enough framework of how you've managed to abduct my brother in the manner that you have done so. There's no legal basis for you to have taken him in the manner that you have done so, other than a personal vendetta against me for looking to expose your systemic failures in adult social care. Tell me this, by abducting my brother and holding him hostage, has that made you any less, has that made you any more proficient at adult social care? Has that helped you in any way, or is it just basically another perpetuation of a matter that you could have been resolved a lot sooner, so you can cover up your own failures? I mean, I'm leaving you 2 email messages every single day. One that's being sent to your partners and associates, the Chief Constable of West Yorkshire Police, and the police that you've got involved, put me under a criminal investigation now for 418 days. There is no end in sight, is there? There was initially, we're going to put bail conditions in place. Now they've been removed, and I still can't see my brother because you've looked to stage events effectively. You had effectively purchased the services of the police to prevent me from being my brother's carer, and then you proceeded to continue to prevent me from seeing my brother now, and placed him into a private prison at Sunningdale, care home of your choosing, without any legal framework in place. The laws no longer apply to you, do they? You've given this facade and deception and lies to the public that we must all be abiding by these laws that we've created. We've taken painstaking lengths to put statutory legislation in place that we must all be abiding to and holding ourselves accountable to, except that you are getting me and all the public and members of the public to hold ourselves accountable to your statutory laws, but those laws equally do not apply to you. So there's a disconnect between your rhetoric that no one's above the law, everybody's held accountable equally before the law, and then you are just basically disregarding the laws. How exactly have you taken my brother from my care and now holding him for 418 days without any contact with me, his brother, and forcing care upon him, and railroading this issue through to effectively prematurely end his life by terminating it prematurely? He's only 64 years old. He's never had a debilitating condition unless you constitute the contrived narrative that he had diabetes. You have been trying to give him diabetes deliberately so you can then look to create a death certificate. I mean, he's not even dead yet, and you're already plotting and planning with your multi-agency meetings to sit down and find out, well, when he does die, we'll always say, it was diabetes, underlying condition of diabetes and pneumonia, unless it's going to be something new like COVID or the next pandemic that you're going to utilize to murder my brother. This is exactly the same situation to you all the time, and obviously I'm now looking to contact other people who have informed me that this is a national or an international thing that's happening, where you're killing and culling off the elderly and the disabled people because you can't afford to look after them anymore. Nobody asked you to look after him, have they? Nobody asked you to look after my mum. Nobody asked you to look after my brother. I had made my own savings. We had saved our money, put it into a trust fund, and I was responsible to look after them in their old age. You've come along and stolen the money, and then now looking to provide care forcibly against the laws, against any legislation. There is no legal basis or criteria, is there? It's all fraud and corruption, lies and deceptions being perpetrated by you, the local authority, whilst you look to exclaim to the world that you're a city of culture. You ain't no city of culture. You are a city of lying, cheating criminals. You are a city of vultures that are predatory and toxic and malevolent and psychopathic and narcissistic. These are your issues, and you then project on them onto me, saying that, oh, it's all Mr. Hussein's fault. How is it my fault of your incompetences, and yet you're saving money at every turn, at every corner? You so believe that you're saving money by taking these actions and precipitating my demise. All you're really doing is you're digging yourself deeper into your own hole. I'm leaving you a daily message every single day, Mr. Kenna. I'm leaving a lesson message to you, his social worker, the care home, who are refusing to engage with me. I'm calling them up every single day. I'm sending daily emails to everybody in the council, and you're all sitting there with your thumbs up your ass, saying that we're not going to do anything. Well, this is the thing, you see. Because you're not doing anything, you have a duty of care to do something. By your failure to do something, and the only thing that you're doing is terrorizing me and my family. But you have a duty of care, and that is within the confines of the laws that you purport to be working under. You're not working under any laws. You are simply taking the law into your own hand to do as you please, because you know my brothers represents an me and my brother represent an existential crisis for you, because you're not in a position to do your jobs effectively. You're not in a position to provide care, but yet you're collecting money and like a gravy train to secure your own employments and your own jobs and your own best interest, and then simply looking to fob us off, saying that we're doing it in your best interest. You're not doing it in my best interest. How is this exactly in my best interest or my brother's best interest, where you're refusing to engage with us, you're sabotaging our relationship, you're refusing to allow us to have contact with each other? This is exactly what you do in childcare services, but at least there is some sort of legal framework in place. You put children up for adoption, and then they lose their right to their natural birth parents, and you say that these are the new parents. Now, who's my brother's next of kin now? Is it you? You're not his nearest relative. You're not his next of kin, but you've done this also. It's the same thing that you're doing abducting children. You've done the exact same thing in abducting my brother, but what you understand is that this is on a precedence. My brother's not a child. He obviously does not lack mental capacity. You simply cannot, in the privacy of your own closed doors, say that, oh, we did a capacity assessment and we've now have got a piece of paper that states that he lacks mental capacity, and therefore we control his whole life, that we can no longer make any decisions for himself, where he lives, what he eats, what medication he takes, who he has contact with. All those decisions now you're going to take for him, because you paid somebody to sign off on a piece of paper that he lacks mental capacity, when I've got video evidence and I've got video recordings of him clearly demonstrating that he does have capacity. You're just digging yourselves deeper in your own holes and in your own cesspit. This is what's happening here, and you continue to ignore me and degrade and humiliate me in this manner. I assure you there will be consequences.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To continue recording your message, press 3. If you are, please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
Yes, Mr. Kenna, time is once again getting the better of me, so I look to wrap up my call. You want to see my brother? Why can't I see my brother? What law prevents me from seeing my brother? Nothing. You've got no court orders preventing me from seeing my brother. But you've got nothing. You got no legal basis to detain my brother in the manner that you are doing so. That's 418 days he's been kidnapped like this. He's got no rights. You're basically forcing him in there for your benefit to help save you costs. Let's assured, as God is my witness, you ain't gonna save any costs. It's £1 million a day for the suffering that we're having to go now, and it was previously £1 million a week for the care that I was forced to provide him with, backdated for 24 years. So like I said, you are financially bankrupt. You got no money. You have to pay me my money. You can't get out of this, and so therefore your only options is to torture and murder people.
For recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. If you are happy with Message sent. Goodbye.
This is the calculation that these people make. Is it better to keep the person alive, or shall we just murder them and so therefore save ourselves money? Now these people owe me millions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of pounds for the torture and mayhem that they've created. Therefore they can no longer abide by their own laws. They have to say, well, we'll abide by the laws as long as we're financial. There's a clear strategy and a roadmap for financial gain. But now, because there's no financial gain, we'll just disregard the laws and torture and murder with impunity because there's no consequences to us.